Welcome to the 6th annual Persimmon Ridge Open presented by MVP Disc Sports. This is our back nine, day 3, and my name is Holly Finley.
I'm Rebecca Cox.
Really enjoyed hanging out at the Ridge all week, meeting Kim and Steve. And it's a tight race. Kristen and Owen started out really close together, but Kristen has kind of ran away with it. She's got a handful of strokes between her, but Kona and Kat are battling for 3rd place.
Here we have our leaderboard, a lot of familiar names. Jenna Booth being a newer one.
Ooh, look at Lisa Fakis sneaking up there.
Yeah.
Here we are, hole 10, a fun little wooded shot, only 248 feet on a mound. Just hit the tunnel and make the putt. It sounds so simple. If you get off the fairway, it's likely you will not be getting a par. Shout out to Eric for our drone coverage. Early recognition is critical.
Ooh, I'm going with the forehand here. Getting yourself up to just outside the circle.
Very lucky.
That was a very favorable kick.
Don't belittle a shot in the middle.
I forgot about that. I love that. Kristen's been releasing things a little bit low.
Mm-hmm. Kat opting for a mid here.
There is a bit of wind out there as well. Yeah, hitting short on this hole is really detrimental. Luckily, she's not too deep.
No, and she's got shapes. She might be able to get it up there.
That looks so good out of her hand.
I love that. I love that.
Beautiful shot from Kat. Kona with what looks like her slammer. Super overstable putter. Yeah, gets yourself a look for the par.
Look at those trees moving in the background. It's going to be a scary putt.
Mm-hmm. And that's all just tree debris falling from the trees. Not rain or snow or anything. Looks cool though.
It's like the wind dropped it a bit.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember when I got to this basket, the wind was a little bit hard to read.
It's just a safe par.
She didn't even really give that one a chance.
Stink face.
Stink face.
Like,
Kristen,
did
also
you see
trying-
her? She's like, what even is this wind?
Mm-hmm.
It's an everything wind. That's what's challenging about
Yeah.
this place.
Kind of just have to commit to whatever you're going to do.
That was gentle.
That was really gentle.
I hate, her putt wasn't as far as it looked when we got to her lie.
Yeah.
Wow.
Great par save, Kona.
It was a good outside chain catch.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't Owen get one of those. And Mertsch got off the fairway off the tee, had an amazing upshot, but wasn't able to capitalize on the putt. She'll have to settle for a bogey, as well as Kristen. makes only a 3-stroke gap between her and Own now.
Hole 11, par 3, a little over 200 feet. Very reachable for everybody on the card, but we have a low ceiling, OB on the left and the right on these cart paths. Easy mistake to make here is kind of throwing it into the ground because of the low ceiling run off the tee.
Oh, no. That is actually out of bounds, unfortunately. But the thing is, it's so close to the basket, you could make a putt and save par.
Now, I want to say this was like a taily kind of right to left wind. That was a great shot from Kona.
I know.
But you even saw Kona's shot kind of bounce in the air a little bit, so it's a little tricky to be able to tell what's going on.
Kristen keeps it low and gets inside the circle for a look at birdie. I like how everybody gets up and they're just looking around like crazy. What's going on out here?
Mm-hmm. That just sits down nicely.
On days where it's windy, I really value people playing in order because when we get up to putt, I don't want you jumping in front of me if there's no wind and it's my turn.
Oh, I'll go, Holly. Don't you worry.
No, you will not. It's my turn, and I want to putt without the wind. So I think on windy days, I'm really paying attention to that more than normal.
Yeah.
Kind of lax in general, like, oh, if, there's a couple inches difference, that's okay. You can go ahead. But like this around the putting green, no. Own misses her birdie putt. Actually, that was her par save putt.
Kat just not dialed in with the putt. At least she gave that one a chance, though.
Mm-hmm.
Kristen with the wide straddle. Oh, I really thought that caught for a second.
I did too. I saw Kristen make that putt the other day. Exact same shot. Ooh, she slams that one in for the par.
Kona with the birdie putt. Very nice. Getting the only birdie on the card today. It's got to feel good.
Yeah, she's now 2 under. Own with a bogey. Don't see that a lot. Hole 12. This is one of the trickiest tee shots of the 18 out here. A lot of different ways to play it. Number 1, just keep it in bounds. It's a par 4, so you've got a couple of strokes to work with. And kind of play it short and then, short it again and then just a little chip shot and get a par. I feel like trying too hard on this hole will get you in trouble.
Yeah, I believe playing off the wind from the previous hole, it's going to be like a head left to right, which makes the hyzer a lot more difficult, but Kona gives it the height to at least get around to the middle of the fairway.
That's so hard.
Yeah, that is so hard, you can hear her say.
This is the same play Kristen took the other day.
I feel like it's the more favorable shot to take in this wind, but she really kept it wide.
Did that guy hit the disc with his umbrella?
I don't know.
Kristen's out of bounds on the left side.
Yeah, you put any turnover on that forehand and it just gets pushed down by the wind. Doesn't give it much of a chance to come back.
And Kat flying past Kona. She's in the middle of the fairway. That's what you need here. I saw Kristen actually took a 6 here on day 1, so she's seen some trouble here before. Okay. Last time Own threw a forehand through that gap. Really nice shot.
Yeah, well, she always throws the angles on her disc, so probably seeing what Kristen's did, she didn't want to have that one push her disc down.
Smart.
And
And
yeah,
remember how we said earlier when it's windy, we try to keep it low?
Yep.
But that's okay. Kona can still work for a par from there.
Yeah. I mean, you're also kind of throwing downhill.
And the thing here, if you put too much air under a hyzer, you could just go out of bounds on the left again. So really got to get the angles right, the height as well.
Kristen just kind of filters into the woods on the right side, and it is not open over there. It's pretty thick.
I know from experience. You're right. Ponytail windicators.
Yeah, sometimes it's nice to kind of just take a second.
Just stay in bounds.
Oh, man. Okay.
Not bad about it.
Not super happy about it, but not bad.
I saw Own get a 3 here, so I'm thinking she's trying to get another one.
Yeah, maybe trying to get a couple strokes on Kristen.
Now that's a long putt in the wind.
But knowing Owen, it's probably going to be a guaranteed par. And Kristen still has work to do.
Kona needs this to be close so she can get a par here.
Needs to sit down.
Oh, it's moving left. Too much left.
Man.
I don't like that.
Yeah, that's
She doesn't like it either.
flirting with the OB.
Them hands on the
Yeah.
lips. How dare you do that?
It looked good out of the hand, too. And being long, like if you land past that that light part of the grass and get into the woods, ooh, that was a great upshot from Kat. You have a really blocked off putt. I mean, being in these trees, you're really, as you can see, in trouble. Kristen trying to push something over stable to try and skip back into the basket, but she'll be in circle 2.
Looks like Owen tried to sling that in. Oh.
Looks like she stayed in bounds, but yeah.
That was great.
Great putt from Kristen.
What an incredible bogey save.
Yeah, let's get the replay on that. It almost, I thought she was going to jump just from the way she built up her power. But it's just such a solid combination of lower body and upper body timing that she doesn't even need the jump.
Good speed on that
Yeah.
off the band for Kona.
Not happy about it, but she gave it a good bid. Cat with the par.
Own in for par. Kona will have to take a double bogey, moving her to even.
Hole 13, 335 feet, par 3 uphill. The most common right-hand backhand shot you're going to see is to the right of that tree. You might see a forehand to the left of that tree. You want to throw something, maybe disc up to how much you might think you need, just to let the disc do the work, because it is, again, a low ceiling shot. That's a fantastic shot from Kat. And I know I noticed when I got to this hole, even when I thought I threw the shot right, the wind was really pushing everything to the left. On with the great line. I mean, that's great.
The birdie eluded me on this hole. I saw everyone else execute it. It looked so simple, and I didn't get it. Kristen shot very similar to Own.
Ooh, and a little wind lift.
And even closer.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Oh.
Kona missed the line she was going for, but it doesn't work out. She is out of bounds left. She was trying to go in that right gap.
Yeah, a bit of a misrelease there.
Mertsch for 2.
Here we go. Solid putt for birdie there.
Own in for a birdie.
Kona tapping in the bogey.
Kristen with a birdie. Still 3-stroke difference between Kristen and Own. Hole 14, this is one of my favorites. 379 feet, slightly downhill, par 3. You've got out of bounds early on the left, but that doesn't really come into play for us. I feel like everyone's throwing it at least over 300, and then they give you a nice bell out zone on the left. The mistake here would be chucking it into the woods and leaving yourself with nothing because it's a drop-off cliff over there. Or you could do like Kat and just park it. Ooh.
Yeah, she gets herself pretty close.
That was the opposite of a stank face.
I'm choosing between 2 destroyers.
Come on.
Oh, that's too low.
That's just got to stop.
Oh, no. Out of bounds, right side. I actually didn't even know there was out of bounds on the right side.
I also did not realize that.
I didn't remember
It's got to be
there
like
being
deep in the
over
woods
there.
or something.
It's a cliff down there. I mean, did you look over it? It's kind of scary.
Did not.
Good. You didn't need to go over there. Look at this shot from Kristen.
That is beautiful.
It's a risky putt. From that angle behind the basket is a drop-off, so we'll see who's brave enough when we get there.
Yeah, it's a decision maker for sure.
Now, we saw this disc turn over in a headwind earlier on the longest shot. Kona let it go with a nice hyzer angle. She's safe for a pitch up.
Mm-hmm. Oh my.
Where are we at right now?
Yeah, we're short of those trees over there. I didn't even realize. Yeah, Owen's got some work to do to get back to the basket. Yeah, too much sand to really skip in. Yeah, I got kind of a backwards roll too.
A committed layup.
Mm-hmm. I think she just has her routine and it's all committed.
Oh? That wasn't the floatiest putt I've ever seen from Own.
You can see the flag was sitting still, so maybe the wind had stopped and she's like, hurry up.
Oh,
Yeah.
Kristen playing smart, not getting greedy.
She has a few strokes to play with here and there.
Now, whose dog was that in the
I
middle
don't
of the
know.
fairway? Get a hold of your dog. Oh, my goodness.
I think it was just a random dog.
People trying to win an A tier out here. Owen's going to have to take a 5 here. I hate that. He's not a good boy over there. I'm not even looking at the players. I'm just watching the dog at this point.
All right, hole 15, 260 feet, par 3, OB to the right and long of the basket. Also way left, but that doesn't really come into play.
You guys get to check out our little campground area. Excuse me, sir, coming through if you don't mind.
Random dog running through. The forehand is a really solid shot here if you don't let it get too far right. And I think that just trickles right over the line.
Sure did.
The skip shot is so tough here.
This is not a give me. It looks like it from the tee.
Kristen throwing the Rebecca Cox glory. Low. I thought that would get more skip than that, but she did keep it low.
Elevated pin, windy, 5-stroke lead. Wonder if she's going to go for it. This is shaping up nice.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Birdie
Super
looks
short
Kona.
putt, yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
Owen's got to put this close. She needs to start getting these birdies.
Running out of holes.
Looks like she's going for it. She's closer than I thought she was.
You're right. It looked like 38 feet, but it wasn't. Another birdie for Kristen. 6 strokes between her and Owen.
This is Kat's par putt.
It was soft.
Yeah, she went for it. Luckily, he stayed in bounds.
She is in for the 4.
Owen with a super solid birdie putt there. That looked more like the real Owen that we know and love.
Kona for 2.
Oh, yeah.
Well done. Back to well, no, we're even.
Back to even.
Back to even. 16. We're actually playing from the short tee inside the trees on the left there, which is another cute little tight wooded tunnel shot. Very low ceiling. Oftentimes the discs are stopping right here at this V tree you see on the left, leaving you with a 45-foot shot. It's so short, it feels like you should just almost ace it every time, but it's not as easy as it looks.
Yeah, it's really just about getting through the initial gap clean. Oh. Okay.
That was unique, but she's out in the open. That should make it at least parable.
Yeah, and hitting these tight gaps are a little more difficult when the wind is just blasting everywhere.
Kona misses the fairway, but she is in the middle, kind of.
She'll have a gap at least to get to the basket.
Yeah, not this one, not this one.
There we go. There's a clean shot. It needs to sit
Oh,
down.
no.
Oh, goodness. It had too much heat on it.
She murdered that thing. Own out of bounds, right side. She could still save par with a long putt.
Oh, Kat with the mid backhand. Clean.
I love it when you misfire and it turns out to be a great shot. Oh no, surprise, it's great. I'm putting for birdie. This is a tough shot. You don't have a lot of space to work with, and that's the most common error. That's why I like to get on a knee for this upshot. It's just so low.
Kind of want to throw something that'll just skip forward, try and do the ground play with that low ceiling, throwing downhill.
Oh no.
Oh,
She got lucky. Here we go. That's what I'm talking about.
Ooh,
Get
bit of a
in.
bid. I know she was trying to throw that in. I would have been trying to throw that in. It looked like it could have lifted a little bit.
Yeah.
It's hard to
Perfect aim.
play the wind.
Just a centimeter too low.
Owen's par, look. That right side miss again.
Yeah, we don't see that a lot.
Yeah, she just had that solid birdie putt on the previous hole.
But let's all take note, a putt of that speed when it misses the basket. Look, she's almost at the whisker behind. Now she has another 30-footer. Wow. No problem.
No problem, baby.
Cat with the par. Kristen going to be carding another bogey. But still has a handful of strokes to play with.
Kona will accept a bogey as well.
Hole 17 is one of my favorite holes.
Really?
Yeah, it's just fun. 348 feet downhill. As you can see, this gigantic sand landing zone where you're not really going to get a lot of skips. The basket is elevated and on the edge of this mound with OB long.
You know, if this was on the Pro Tour, that sand would be hazard. I think Kat might have just foot faulted there. It looked like she stepped right off the end of the tee, but without a GK replay, I can't confirm. There's too many things to watch. I can't watch the foot and the disc at the same time. Kat is in a... She didn't park it, so she's going to have to work for the par.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit of a tricky upshot from over there. Kristen with a nice looking hyzer. Looking like the layup zone.
Mm-hmm. That's two left, but there's a lot of space to work with over there.
I think just sit down. If it gets over that mound. Okay. She'll be all right from there. Owen putting a ton of angle on this.
It's so fun to watch her shapes.
Yeah, I wasn't really expecting that to come back as much as
Me
it did.
either. I thought she just messed up the shot, and then surprise.
Kat's going to want to put this real close.
Prefer to be closer, but the flag is dead, so that could be lucky.
Bit of a tester, but hopefully not too much.
Now, Kona's shot did not look this good out of the hand, and it is right there. Just a lot of space over there, more than it looks off the tee. When my shot goes at the basket and starts moving left, I'm like, oh no, I'm in the water.
Yeah.
And then you get up there, you're like, oh, I'm in circle too.
Yeah, nice little surprise, I'm sure. Oh, wow. Man.
The courage of going for that putt. I mean, she
has to make a move.
Yeah, why not? You know, she's not going to drop to third.
Yeah, she's got second by a lot of strokes. Might as well just try and go for the win, right?
And this seems to be a bit of a trend for Kat today. She's hitting the basket just a bit low. There's a lot of metal, and it's not staying in.
Looks like the wind is not as harsh as it has been. She didn't really need that, but
No.
I wasn't expecting a miss like that from her.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Oh, that dirty dog.
I knew we were going to see one of
dirty.
those. That was just mean. That was a good putt. Just hit the pole. Came right back out.
I told you me and these veterans are going to have a little chat afterwards.
Good par putt from Kona.
Cash me outside, veteran. Basket. It looks nice, though. I do love the red, white, and blue theme. We just need those hole hits to stay in a little better. Hole 18, this is an incredible finishing hole. It's not easy, but off the tee, you've got out of bounds water on the right side, so a lot of space to work with on the left. Just keep it safe. You can get max distance, or you can just play something safe and comfortable off the tee. And that should leave you anywhere between a 220 and 280 foot upshot.
Yeah, and I myself don't mind a hard par 3, but I feel like this hole really should be a par 4. Ooh, and she keeps it close on that flat ground.
I think you're right. Without the ability to drive the green, this does seem more favorable as a 2. I'm sorry, as a 4. So Kona reaches for that overstable driver we've seen her go for a few times in the headwinds. And she's safe in that nice layup zone. Ooh, a lot of height on that one.
Trying to get some distance. It looked like it dropped a good bit. Kristen now with a 5-stroke lead. Very nice.
This upshot's so fun because you calculated in your mind the trajectory and all the angles, and you think you're going to know where it lands, but as soon as you let go, you're like, oh, please, oh, please.
Kind of really trusting that disc, leaving it over the right side and letting it hyzer in. There is a bit of a right to left wind here.
Ooh.
Yeah, I didn't think that went as far, but it went further than I thought it did.
Also from back here, the putts always look further, but then I find when I got up to the green, it was all just right there.
Yeah, you're like psyching yourself out the entire walk to the basket.
Oh man, a 40-footer. I get up there, I'm like, oh sweet, 16 feet. That's exactly what I did every day. I was like, I wish I put it closer. Oh, this is a tricky putt.
The OB right behind the basket.
Oh, I'm so proud she went for it.
And Kat has been hitting the cage this round. Hopefully she can keep it over there. She did, but she hit the band.
Maybe because the other ones were low, she raised it up just a little.
It doesn't help that she just had that spit out in the last hole.
This is another tricky putt. Yeah, Kona.
There we go.
What
Great
a
putt,
comeback.
Kona.
Shout out to Kona for those solid putting skills all weekend that kept her on the lead card.
Owen's like, let me putt first. The traditional letting the champion put out last. Owen with an amazing tournament as well.
Congratulations to Kristen. Well played all weekend. She shot a 10.36 rated round, and we just had a ratings update today, moving her to 999 on her quest to be the first ever 1,000 rated female pro. I hope we get to see it.
I'm sure we will.
Another shout out to GK Pro and Eric. Let's check out the back 9 scores.
Yeah, that win definitely came into play a lot more than the previous couple days.
What a colorful scorecard.
Very colorful. Man, yeah, shooting that 3 under is super solid in that wind. Here we have a couple of chase card scores.
Maria Oliva shooting under par, moving her into a podium finish. Congratulations, Maria. Lisa Fakis shooting even, moving up to 4th place. And you, top 5, tied with Kona. It's a fun weekend at the Ridge. I can't wait to come back next year. Appreciate you guys hanging out with Rebecca and I. If you'd like to leave a comment and let us know if you've ever been to the Ridge and maybe a suggestion for another privately owned course. Always looking for new courses to play as we travel across the country.